Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Item Inspection Podcast, where we discuss subject matters emphasizing the importance of media literacy on social media, as well as uncovering information sharing malpractices on various online platforms. I am Angelo Palisada, and let's get right into today's conversation. In the past year, a notorious video circulated on social media featuring an individual resembling the sitting Philippine President Bongbong Marcos. In the footage, this person opens a small plastic container believed to contain an illegal substance, inhales from it, and leans back in apparent satisfaction. The term is popularly named the Polvoron video by its detractors. For context as to how this label came about, Polvoron is a type of Filipino shortbread cookie crafted from toasted flour, powdered milk, butter, and sugar. It can be infused with various flavors such as ground nuts, rice cereal, crushed Oreos, and freeze-dried fruit. In this situation, the term polvoron is used by critics of President Marcos Jr. as a euphemism to refer to an alleged illegal substance that he is purportedly shown using in the viral video. According to a report, fact-check, FaceSwap flagged an alleged Marcos Polvoron video by Isla de la Cruz from Rappler.com, a Facebook reel featuring the same clip posted by a self-identified Duterte supporter and anti-Marcos page named Boljacan, had reached 111,000 views, received 2,700 comments, garnered 5,100 reactions, and accumulated 1,500 shares at the time the media organization published its article on the footage. The controversial video was prominently featured by Maharlika, another name that the Boljacan page is known by, during the Hakbang ng Maisug event held on July 22 in California, which attracted notable pro-Duterte figures, including former president spokesperson Harry Roque and former senatorial candidate Glenn Chong. Pause. This is Editing Angelo, and in this article titled The Slingshot, Maisug Rallies and Pogos, Are They Connected? I will discuss the origin of these rallies and their purpose, as detailed by Rappler journalist Antonio J. Montalvan II. While this report does reference Philippine offshore gaming operators, also known as Pogos, I will not be covering them in this video, for they are an entirely different political issue and have no relevance to this episode's main subject matter. According to the article, the Visayan Cebuano term Maisug translates to brave, strong, fearless. The person charged with mobilizing support across the archipelago is Leoncio Evasco Jr., a former priest and one of the most steadfast allies of former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte. Evasco held the position of cabinet secretary under Duterte from 2016 to 2018, and subsequently served as his presidential advisor on streamlining government processes from 2020 to 2022. He was the mayor of Maribojoc, Bohol from 2007 to 2016, and has gained recognition for his expertise in organizing community groups, a skill he honed as a cadre of the New People's Army, which serves as the armed wing of the Communist Party of the Philippines, Marxist-Leninist, a communist entity committed to gaining power in the Philippines through revolutionary uprising. For the Maisug rallies, Evasco's objective is clear: to cultivate popular support, a manifestation of people power that would pave the way for an eventual takeover of the government by Sara Duterte. The name Maisug has been deliberately chosen to present a stark contrast to the prevailing perception of the Marcos Jr. administration as weak. With all of this context in place, let us now proceed with the video. I was unable to locate the original video containing the engagement details. However, I did find a similar video posted on August 12, 2024 on the Boljacan Facebook page. At the time of recording this episode, the video had accumulated approximately 589,000 views, 7,600 reactions, 1,400 comments, and 4,200 shares. The caption of this reel also claims that the defamatory video has been certified by an unnamed forensic expert, while referring to President Marcos Jr. as an addictus benedictus, a derogatory term commonly used by his detractors who allege that he is a drug addict. It is essentially a play on the two Latin words, addictus and benedictus, which, when translated in English, means addict and blessed respectively. Regarding a specific part of the caption of Boljacan's Facebook reel, which claims that the so-called Polvoron video was verified by a forensic expert, the previously mentioned Rappler article disagrees. According to the same report by the local media company, Sensity, an online platform designed for the identification of deepfake content, has categorized the video referred to as the Polvoron video as suspicious. This assessment is accompanied by a confidence level of 81.8%, suggesting a significant likelihood that a face swapping technique may have been applied to the footage in question. Additionally, a piece from Rappler on July 23 highlighted the findings of Sensity, which indicated that the submitted file is not camera original. This was evidenced by the utilization of generative AI programs such as FaceSwap and Reface, employed to artificially replace an individual's face in the video or photo, as reflected in the video's generation history. Based on the provided information, it can be concluded that the Polvoron video is invalid and was created for misleading purposes. A potential connection to this online scandal could stem from statements made by former President Rodrigo Duterte alleging that President Marcos Jr. is a drug user during a prayer rally in Davao City on January 28, 2024. This verbal onslaught by the former president was driven by his frustration and opposition to the current administration's leadership of a people's initiative aimed at reforming the charter. In his remarks, the former president stated that during his term as mayor of Davao City, he was presented with evidence regarding President Marcos Jr.'s drug usage by the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, also known as PDEA for short. He noted that the current president's name appears on the list of individuals monitored for illegal substance use in the Philippines. Duterte expressed that he felt constrained from revealing this information due to his close political ties with President Marcos Jr. Additionally, he raised concerns that the Marcos administration may be entering into commitments that he believes they are ill-prepared for. The former president warned that if President Marcos and his administration continue on their current path, he may meet a fate similar to that of his late father, former President Ferdinand Marcos. If you're curious about the fate that former President Rodrigo Duterte warned President Marcos Jr. about, I recommend watching the informative video titled Timeline, Mga Nangyari Nung Martial Law by ABS-CBN News. This video provides a thorough and digestible overview of the Declaration of Martial Law on September 21, 1972, a period marked as one of the darkest chapters in Philippine history and politics under the dictatorship of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Otherwise, consult other sources about this historical period while observing appropriate vetting or fact-checking. According to an article titled PDEA, PBBM is not and was never in our drug watch list, published by the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO, on January 29, 2024, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency firmly refuted former President Rodrigo Duterte's assertion that he has accessed documentation indicating President Marcos Jr.'s involvement in drug use, specifically referencing his inclusion on PDEA's drug watch list. In the following report, the PDEA, in consonance with records, reported that the agency was established on July 30, 2002, alongside the creation of its National Drug Information System. This system functions as an intelligence database that compiles information on all drug-related individuals and facilitates collaboration with law enforcement and intelligence agencies. The PDEA also clarified that President Marcos has never been included in the NTIS since its inception in 2002, which remains true to the present day. Furthermore, it stated that he was not listed among drug personalities even during the Duterte administration. The PDEA also highlighted the formal execution of the drug user watch list by former President Rodrigo Duterte during his presidency in this statement, and I quote, "It is worthwhile to note that when the former president took over in 2016, his administration came out with a list, which was then initially called the Narco List, sometimes referred to as the Duterte List, and upon continuing validation and revalidation, it became the Interagency Drug Information Database, or IDI." End quote. The PDEA also verifies that President Marcos Jr.'s name is not present on that list. Returning to the disputed Polvoron video, you may wonder, who is behind this outlandish scheme? According to an article published on April 8, 2025, by a journalist named Dominique Nicole Flores from Philstar.com, titled Under Oath, Vlogger Accuses Roque of Spreading Fake Polvoron Video, a political YouTuber asserting friendship with pro-Duterte vloggers, testified under oath that former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque participated in disseminating the manipulated Polvoron video. During the fourth hearing of the House Tri-Committee on Tuesday, April 8, vlogger Vicente Bencalo, Pebbles Cunanan, presented an affidavit recounting the evening she overheard former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque discussing the Polvoron video with her and other pro-Duterte social media figures. Cunanan recounted in her affidavit the meal she attended with them following the Maisug rally in Hong Kong on July 7, 2024, emphasizing that they were invited to a private dinner. Roque said that a politician's relative sent him a screenshot of the Polvoron video, according to Conanan's memory. Despite not showing them the picture, Conanan stated that, quote, there were discussions about spreading the video to the public, end quote. According to the affidavit, there was also discussion about the need for a foreign influencer to upload or create the video to give it a more persuasive appearance. This tactic, according to Conanan, was put forth to, quote, avoid any potential accountability, end quote, carried by the Philippine government. Amid the hearing, the TRICOM displayed a group photo of pro-Duterte vloggers, Roque, Conanan, and Vic Rodriguez, Marcos' former executive secretary. In reference to Marcos' 2022 campaign gesture, Conanan claimed that the group's inverted V sign, which was captured on camera around the white dining table, represented Marcos. Additionally, the social media influencers in attendance attested to the committee that they were the ones in the picture. During the dinner, Conanan also remembered Roque uttering, and I quote, "Magaling ako magpabagsak ng gobyerno," which translates to, "I'm excellent at dismantling a government," end quote. Thereafter, on July 20, 2024, 2 days before Marcos' third State of the Nation address, Roque was heard publicly declaring that the actual Polvoron video would soon be made public at another Maisug rally in Canada that was supported by Duterte. Cunanan claimed that although vlogger Claire Contreras, also known as Maharlika, who was one of the people who shared the video, urged them to participate, Cunanan thought it had been altered. This strengthened the idea that Roque may have been one of the sources of the video and purposefully spread it. Cunanan stated that she only shared screenshots when asked if she was one of the vloggers who shared the video. She did add, though, that some pro-Duterte vloggers shared the video while others did not. In response to Conanan's criticism of his role in the creation and distribution of the Polvoron video, Harry Roque conducted a live stream on Facebook with content creator Claire Contreras, also known as Maharlika or Buljakan on social media, on April 8, 2025, the same day as the Tri-Committee hearing at the House of Representatives. In Carl Magadia's Daily Tribune article, Roque Slam's Polvoron video claims calls vlogger testimonies scripted. Roque characterized the hearing as political theater and said it was, quote, scripted, end quote, and based on unsubstantiated allegations. Roque stated unequivocally that this was untrue and that overthrowing a government was outside his authority. Roque also noted that the Filipino people, not he, are ultimately responsible for Marcos' destiny. Moreover, Conanan's affidavit was dismissed as meaningless by Roque, who also stated that her belief that he was responsible for the video's release was inaccurate. The assertion that the Polvoron video debuted in Vancouver was one of the many contradictions in Conanan's account that Roque brought to light. Maharlika was never in Vancouver, he underlined, and the video made its premiere in Los Angeles instead. According to Roque, even Maharlika, a former Marcos defender, attested to that. Roque also made fun of the notion that a blogger was now testifying as an expert witness in a congressional investigation. He made his opinion known that vloggers are propagandists of false information and joked about the suddenness of Conanan as a forensic expert at the TRICOM hearing. According to Roque, the hearing had a prepared script that included a PowerPoint presentation with screenshots, the Polvoron video, and the dinner picture. I suppose he alluded to the dinner in Hong Kong after the Maisug rally there. Roque went on to make fun of the accusations, saying that his mere issue is a food trip in comparison to President Marcos being accused of having a drug problem. Furthermore, Roque stated that he does not have a sufficiently close relationship with the president to be trusted with any sensitive information. As the Facebook Live progressed, Roque denied that he had access to such private footage, claiming that only someone close to Marcos could have taken the Polvoron video and given it to Maharlika. Roque said he once considered Cunanan a friend and found her involvement in the proceedings a pity. Seeing Cunanan make a, quote, 360-degree turn, end quote, saddened Roque. During the online live event, Maharlika, who was with Roque, expressed her belief that Cunanan might have been forced to testify. According to Maharlika, Cunanan appeared at the TRICOM hearing as if she had a shotgun aimed at her. Maharlika continued by suggesting that Cunanan is aware of President Marcos' drug addiction but is now too scared to disclose it. On a Teleradyo Serbisyo segment on April 9, 2025, Cunanan addressed Roque's allegations, contesting her testimony regarding the falsification of President Marcos' Polvoron video. In response to a question concerning the Polvoron video's original source, Cunanan maintained that Roque was responsible. Roque claimed to have a screenshot of the video in his possession during their dinner in Hong Kong, according to Cunanan. She also mentioned that discussions were taking place regarding the distribution of the video and who would carry it out. According to her, the Polvoron video was the primary topic of discussion at the dinner as soon as she arrived. Subsequently, Cunanan was asked about who distributed the Polvoron video and how it reached her and other vloggers who attended the dinner. Although Roque already had a copy of a screenshot of the video, Cunanan denied that it had been circulated at that point. Insisting that none of the other vloggers present at the dinner saw the screenshot, she added that this was the reason why neither she nor any of them knew about the video. The only information they had about the video was its potential release date, distribution strategy, and distributor. In response to another question about whether she knew that the video was a deepfake, Cunanan said she was unaware. In addition, she denied having any prior knowledge of Roque showing a video from the Polvoron ruse against President Marcos. Having heard about the Polvoron video from Roque's words, Cunanan was also asked to confirm its existence. According to her, the video was fabricated based on her own feelings or beliefs. Cunanan was also made aware of Roque's public declaration that he already anticipated she would lie and oppose him at the TRICOM hearing, ostensibly against her own will. Cunanan denied Roque's allegation that she was being pressured to denounce the fake Polvoron video. Cunanan claims that if she were threatened or pressured by someone else to condemn Roque's role in the production and dissemination of the video, she would not go outside, interact with her family, or engage in any other outdoor activity. A question concerning Cunanan's reason for denouncing Roque's complicity in the production and dissemination of the Polvoron video was also raised. She expressed that although Roque is hiding, he is attempting to put up a fight. Regarding Roque's presence in the Netherlands to apply for asylum, Cunanan also recommended that he return to the Philippines if he wishes to confront his situation head-on. If you want to learn more about this particular subject, you can listen to this report by Inquirer.net on YouTube. Cunanan also explained that she chose to contest the veracity of the Polvoron video in honor of President Marcos and to lessen the accusations of his supposed drug addiction. She also expressed that seeking the assistance of the House of Representatives through a tri-committee hearing would amplify the impact of her public stance. Cunanan went on to refute that the hearing was prearranged, as Roque contends, arguing that she was the one who communicated with the House to testify. In addition to the requirement that international vloggers be the ones to release the Polvoron video, Cunanan was also asked what other guidelines and objectives Roque provided. In response, Cunanan declared their intention to damage President Marcos' reputation. She even explained why releasing a scandalous video would be pointless if Roque and his collaborators had no goal in mind. Cunanan was also questioned about her initial judgment or response after learning that the Polvoron video was a deepfake. She went on to explain that the entire plan was premeditated because Roque and his fellow conspirators released the Polvoron video 2 days prior to President Marcos' 2024 State of the Nation address. Following this answer, Cunanan was asked if she was responsible for disseminating the content of the Polvoron video through her vlog after learning that it was a deepfake. Cunanan responded by stating that Roque and his team had corrected her in their public statement at the time of the video's release, which had debuted in New York rather than Vancouver.
Pause. Editing Angelo here again. It says in Roque's public statement that the Polvoron video actually premiered in Los Angeles, California. I am unsure whether Cunanan misspoke or misrecalled regarding that part of her interview, but I am not aiming to misinform you all in this video, so I am just inserting this note here. Alright, let us now carry on with the video.
This, Cunanan concluded, demonstrated that Roque and his accomplices had started this ruse in the first place. She then revealed that it was sent to her after the Polvoron video was made public. Cunanan was then asked about whether she converted the sent Polvoron video into content. In response, she stated that she only took a screenshot of the video and uploaded it, not the actual video. Cunanan went on to say that this action was taken because she could tell right away that the Polvoron video was a hoax. Cunanan was then questioned about the caption she used for that particular post. She tried to restate the caption, but she was unable to fully remember it. Kunanan was then asked about whether she created the caption herself or if she received any guidance on what to include in her post. She categorically denied that she was given any instructions on how to write the caption for her post. After that, Kunanan was asked how she was connected to Roque, given that she was a vlogger with content devoted to President Marcos. Kunanan replied that she had met Roque at the Maisug rally in Hong Kong, where she was invited to speak, and they had a conversation. After providing this explanation, Kunanan was questioned about her knowledge of potential bribery granted to the individuals who made and publicized the deepfake Polvoron video. In response, she denied having any knowledge of any bribery occurring during that ploy. Kunanan was then asked to clarify that she was only aware that the Polvoron video was created by Roque and belonged to him, and she agreed. Kunanan was then asked what path she is currently taking in her vlogging career after this entire ordeal. In response, she stated that she remains committed to discussing the projects of President Marcos and the current administration's affairs, in which she saw improvement. The president's wife, First Lady Liza Marcos, has shown initiative, Kunanan added, particularly with her Lab for All outreach program that Kunanan thought was a marvelous idea. Along with that, Kunanan shared that she vowed never to betray President Marcos and First Lady Liza Marcos and that she would assist them in ameliorating the situation of our government and the Philippines as a whole, presumably through her content. Kunanan was then asked how she could persuade the Filipinos who were watching this segment that her testimony at the House of Representatives was only to speak the truth and not because she is a vlogger who supports President Marcos Jr. for all of this. For context, the Marcos name still has a contentious meaning for many Filipinos today because of the atrocities tied to his family during the administration of his late father, former President Ferdinand Marcos. Since many Filipinos today do not trust the current administration due to the alleged deepfake Polvoron video, Kunanan wanted to reassure them that the video was a hoax and that we should have faith in the administration because, in her opinion, it is being proactive and helpful to our country, including its workers, including Filipinos working abroad, and its common people, improving our lives all around. As a concerned Filipino who relies on the current administration to meet her basic needs and to uphold their integrity in their duties, Kunanan went on to reiterate that she is not only speaking out against the falsification of the Polvoron video as an ally of the president, who has a contentious political background. Kunanan continued that we should not let false information deter us from supporting our government. A little while later, according to a report titled Roque, Vlogger Face Edition Raps, which was published by Philstar.com journalist Mark Ernest Veleza on April 16, 2025, the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, recommended filing inciting to sedition charges against former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, as well as inciting to sedition, cyber libel, and computer forgery cases against vlogger Claire Contreras, also known as Maharlika, in connection with the Polvoron video. On Monday, April 14, Prosecutor General Richard Anthony Fadulon received a recommendation from NBI Director Jaime Santiago regarding the charges. As we await further developments in this situation, it is clear that justice is being served to those who orchestrated an outrageous scandal against the most powerful and authoritative figure in the Philippines. This case also teaches us the importance of not being easily influenced by deceptive online content, particularly if it appears artificial. It is essential to thoroughly vet information before forming a definitive judgment. And that is a wrap for today's video, everyone. This was a much longer video to research and produce than usual, so I sincerely thank you for tuning in to the entire episode. If you had fun or picked up something useful from this video, I would highly appreciate it if you could give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more fun content about online media literacy and spotting contentious information sharing malpractices on social media. Do not hesitate to share this video with your friends and loved ones so they can also stay informed. See you in the next video, guys! This is Angelo Palisada from Item Inspection, signing off.